I'm doing is every year I have a Marine Corps birthday ball at my house. There's about 9 or 10 Marines in my neighborhood that live here. And I make coins every year for the birthday party. It's a Marine Corps tradition that you get a coin at the birthday. And for several years I've made that's a poker chip with a sticker on it. It was simple, it was easy, it was what I could do. Last year I made an aluminum circle coin with an EGA screwed into the middle of it and the year punched into the aluminum. This year I've gone with 2.5-inch steel coins. I'm heating them up in the forge. I'm going to use a ball peen hammer to dimple the back, and you'll see what that looks like when it's done. But the back side will be all dimpled with the ball peen hammer. The front side is another step, and when we get to that I'll be filming and showing you that step as well, and you'll see what that looks like. But right now just keep watching while I put the dimples on the back of the coins. Thank you. You'll see this coin is nice and orange. And I take the ball peen hammer. Random pattern. Sometimes you drop them, you gotta pick them back up. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that on there yet from the different angles, but the back has got a whole bunch of dimples in it now. It's totally random, not really pretty, but hopefully when it's done it will be. I'm gonna put a little more heat on that, because I'm gonna use a brass brush as well to give it kind of a shiny finish. Put the second one in, getting it heated up. I got 15 to do. It's probably plenty hot actually for the brass brush. So brass has a lower melting point than steel. So when you're doing blacksmithing or metalwork, you take a brass brush and you brush the steel, the brass is melting and coating the steel, and it gives it a brassy sheen when it's done. A brass brush will get you quite a bit of mileage. And you'll see that and more in the product too when it's done. I'm just going to lay these over here in the gravel to cool. If you can see on here, you can see I'm already losing a little color where the tongs were grabbing, because the tongs are cold, so they're sucking heat off the metal. Basically, it's a heat sink. The faster I can work it, the better I keep my heat. Don't have to reheat it. And I can brass it without having to reheat it. I'm going to take these in. I got a metal sandpaper for my sanding machine inside, my belt sander. So just nick all the edges on here, take all the sharp edges off. That'll be tomorrow. And basically that's the first two. I got 13 more to go. There are my 15 dimpled coins. You see the backs, how they're really dimpled up. That's completely a random dimple pattern made with the ball peen hammer. Okay, so you saw last night I did the dimpling. These have cooled now, obviously. The second side is very rough. And the next step is simply to sand it with this metal sanding belt. These get hot really, really fast. So I'm going to grip it with the channel locks here, which are barely large enough. And try to get some sanding done. Okay, I have the rougher paper on. We're going to give this a try again. I went down to I forget, I think it's a 120 or something like that, so should go quicker. So take 3. I've made this little wooden block that I can seat a coin into so I can hold it up here and sand it more evenly and a lot less precarious than trying to hold it in the channel locks. So here we go. So what I've done is I've finished sanding the coin. I have this stencil. It's got a pretty much of a mirror finish on it. You can see it reflecting there. I have the stencil on it. Now I'm going to apply ferric chloride, which is an acid, to etch the metal. And we'll see how that works. I don't know how much I need. I don't know how it's gonna come out. That seems like a lot. Oops, don't mess the stencil up. I've made sure to keep my fingers off the metal, so all the sanding should basically leave it 100% oil free, I would think. We'll find out. Alright, so I'm going to leave that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes and then sprinkle some baking soda on it to neutralize the acid, and then you rinse it off in the sink and peel the stencil, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I put baking soda on, neutralize the acid. Where there's a lot of acid left, it kind of foams up, but then rinsed it with cold water. It looks like it's pretty well etched. I might need another washing, but here's the reveal. Just gonna see what it looks like. Dot's the hardest thing to get off. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Get any extra off there. Now, of course, it could be shined up with a soft cloth, would be better. And there is the Eagle Globe and Anchor etched onto the coin. Are the 11 coins I made. I didn't have quite enough stencils to do. I do have a 12th coin. That was my sample coin I'm keeping for me. Unless I have one of these left, but I can always make more as well. Happy birthday, Devil Dogs.